Nalirinig ko sa mga Bisaya babae daw magaganda.
Jamming!
Just able to give him Void's band down, Rubik's band down, so they're worried about like the counter team fight that Faces Void will be able to offer from Arteezy. And just the Rubik. It's maybe it would have been a very hard time to run both ET and Rubik for
Fly plays Elder Titan sometimes, so they could have got a crit Rubik. I think what they're more likely looking for perhaps would be the Dark Willow, especially now that they've banned out Juggernaut. That's a really good hero for a crit. I think it has good synergy with Sandking. It's a very straightforward stun setup for the Bramble Maze into Terrorize.
It's a great counter team fight.
It's
without
super
it having
good
to be on your core to do that.
Yep. And the nice thing about Sandking Willow is Willow can start the fight with Brambles to Terrorize and Sandking. Terrorize, so a cool place to be made. Another option that could perhaps be interesting, go with a Bouncer. Classic Silencer Sandking. You blink stun Epi and then you global. And you counterplay to the Magnus. Even if he gets an RP, you can global so his cores can't kill in the RP.
I would also like to see like maybe even the combo we saw before. Still in the SK together.
The matchups, yeah. The reason that Lifesteal was good last game was that it saw some matchups for they saw the Alchemist.
Obviously the RP is going to cause some problems, but both Magnus and Ova are very well.
Both ways in a way, because Lifestealer can't really kill Willow, and Willow can't really...
Through the Bramble Maze at
Dakpan Ambram. Dey, Dakpan Agambram. Opo lagi ka.
again, Oracle.
That was very fast too. They really knew they wanted this hero. They were like, oh, my hero's good against Morph. Go. Get it.
So that means we're just missing our mids.
I would have never called this Morph pick, by the way. I would have never guessed that. And I don't exactly know what the planet. I don't think you're picking Morph into Lion, who has, you know, historically been a good counter because you have instant stun and a lot of bursts.
5 seconds
and you're also picking Magnus, who has a tendency playing with melee cores that can actually kill you, even if your attribute can still die against empowered cores.
He will have some interesting.
Yeah, you could get burst strike. That's very true.
Like we saw today, like at the start, like the Morphling and the ES together.
He has to. It is nice though. I'm not going to deny that. Turning into Sync against Morph. I can say that because I've been on the receiving end of it. It felt terrible, so I'm going to assume that it feels amazing for them. I don't.
What can make Arteezy like unkillable?
I just checked. Morph. Last game, February 2015. That's 4.5 years ago. Played Morphling.
Wonderful. I'm so happy I'm sitting with an expert of the more like
50%, maybe I should play it more. That would be better than my win rate since the Power Patch Kid. Great.
I saw your game history on this. That's not a pretty sight.
It's alright.
So Lina being banned out, so just making sure there's not the double nuke that would come from both Lion as well as Lina together would be very problematic for RTZ to stand, and it would have been that nice extra stun that they would be able to easily chain with either the Over or the Lion.
I think they're banning out an open mid pick that can link pretty much everything, so they're making sure that Sumail can have a favorable matchup, and also keeping the option of putting a mid Morphling, because they could still get another RTZ. Based on how each played so far, that you should try to get the Morphling faster.
It still makes sense to go that Ember. Like, it's still going to be very elusive. You can kite out the Troll Warlord a little bit better.
Go Ember. Still, you're giving Lion another good playable.
Yeah. If he's got too many targets, how's he kill them all?
Yeah, true.
Hey, if RTZ dies, Sumail will pick up the mantle.
I don't know if this go. Like, I get where they're coming from. It's a classic ban to do when mid, and it's good against one of their cores as well. I just don't know if that's what Vici wanted with their mag anyway. They might want a secondary hero that uses power. If they want to go really greedy, they can pick Medusa, but they don't know Medusa's matchup, so I don't think. There it is. That's another hero that uses power, and it's melee, and has good matchups. I think this was an excellent choice.
Gives him that follow-up team fight. Like, it always feels like teams like with this, like, it's so much, again, single target focus that you're able to achieve, but then you got these two team fights in the second, the fifth pickup, just like our last series.
Also a good hero against
10 seconds remaining.
First of all, if you catch her with X mark, sure, she can use Shadow Rifle, but she's still going to get caught by your spell combo, and then you can kill her off after. And Ghost Ship is really, really good against Stay Alive, actually, dying to Bedlam. Actually, just maybe the best possible.
How does EG counter it? They don't have a lot of time, 25 seconds. You just put that morph in the safe lane and get something else against the clear in mid.
I was going to say Timber Stomp, that just... Razor passes
Can it survive the burst?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm gonna go Dragon
Choose your
Knight.
hero.
That's an interesting choice. Not that kind of flashy hero we've seen Sumail on. This is very much like we tank, we can push a little bit, we can play the slow game, but playing a slow game against a Magnus.
Yeah, that's the ways of looking at this, right? One is it doesn't play make very much, but the other one is it take tower. And I think EG's game plan going into this is we're going to play around Dragon Knight taking towers, and we need to do because I don't think you're happy just trading farm. I think you're not going to be inside in terms of Vici Gaming at the same time. That's the other thing. They're not just like a passive team. Like they have playmaking heroes too. So you have this like nice duality in the lineup, feeling often going late, but also being able to fight early and have strong lanes. A very well-rounded lineup.
5 seconds.
I do like the choice though from while I get a little bit iffy about Sumail not playing like a Storm Spirit or a TA, someone with flash and higher snowball. Having the DK, Mag jumps you, hits the RP, you should be able to survive the initial hit. Then there's something that you do about it. Like terrorize space, Fly can create some space, Sumail can just tank through it and then just reposition. If you can't get a kill with your first initial hit, then RTZ and Sumail can go. But I suppose like Vici have such a huge complement with the burst damage.
I think there's a lot of the pressure in Titan Stomps actually very key role. And Elder Titan always plays a key role, right? Like you're gonna hit these teamfight spells, you're gonna be relatively useless. EG have got today a point where they can
Step lively now. Your admiral is
monster of a team.
Let's see how well lanes rack out.
Prepare for battle.
Razzi. He's had such a beast of a top. Put him on a trop buff up. This is scary to see him play. But he'll work with DY down that bottom lane. I don't think unless you end up getting the normal lane as well from says S4 is going to be down there. Yang's going to be heading up north to work with Fade further to the north. He's got an hit back. Scratch. Nari will be our kunka.
This the off lane play is a weird lane. Mag, Ogre. Both of them are relatively tanky and hard to kill. Mel is very
I'm playing
30 seconds to battle.
the stuns.
I love these picks.
Why yes, my hair is always perfect.
Crit. So, looks like runes are going to go 2 for 2 more than likely, unless somehow Paparazzi will get one bottom.
He says Fade and Fly, they're just high-fiving each other inside the jungle. Grit's going to come over, he's going to throw down the bramble, and Ogre's going to stay on top of the rune. Yang's able to claim that one, and a quick skewer from Fade tries to create a little bit more space. There's a lot of early damage that they'll cop, but 3 bounty runes.
More or less neckable on Ogre. There's so much this region.
13.3 when he's got the Mango and a Tango.
It's okay, like, what else would you do, right? You might as well cast on, do some damage. Fade is already planning to pull the second wave up here, acknowledging that their dual lane is not particularly strong and that they're facing a tri-lane as well. So, trade-off for this is that S4 is going to be very sad.
Yeah, he's already taken a stun from DY and a lot of damage, but that's why Crit rotates down towards the bottom lane, and he's going to move through the bramble. DY so low on life, the Axis, he'll turn for another stun. S4 can't reach him. DY will be able to live and move back.
None of them have salves though. It's going to take a long time for him to heal up. That's laning space for S4 right there.
Keep the tension high. That's what we want to see.
A little detail up top with what Fade just did with the freeway that he pulled behind the tower. He ran it in circles inside the small camp so that when this connects behind his tower, he's not allowing Fly to pull that camp. If he would have pulled it all the way, Fly could have just been like, you know what, I'm going to go for pull or go for that.
Oh, we're Fly. Well, there's the TP away to safety, and Fake now in nice comfort farm up this lane. And Yang's
like, bro,
Yang's already got the other one. Yo, high five, bro. Great pull, bro. Great. Oh, wait, no. Left him hanging too long.
What else getting? Bottom lane? Nothing's happening. Okay, mid lane. Nothing's happening.
I'm sorry, there's a lot happening now.
Поэтому приходится так вот пулить. Ну и, конечно, этих крипов пулить же.
Into? Never, no.
Look at Fade again. He's putting a lot of emphasis up top on blocking this camp. So once again, this small camp is unavailable. Blocked it twice in a row. And now that Ogre is almost level 3, they're like, good enough. Show your time in, get your levels. I'm going to go bottom. I'm going to secure Troll's lane and start. It's giving us a huge advantage. I'm just find our Arcane on the way. This could be leading into our first blood. They will not be expecting this Magnus rotation I do. S4 is kind of already
he's already
kind of
so low. They want to go for Crit probably, but the easier one is just to skewer through the tree line and take out S4. Will happen, but he's getting the other side, the Magnus, and first blood is actually going to be S4. Fade skewers away from Crit, away from the bramble. He's also got a couple of friends hanging along with him, but Crit, even with Shadow Realm, he knows he doesn't have enough damage. And Yang's able to just take this top lane by himself. Like, Fly's actually having to salve his early harassment. He's now completely out of regeneration. But this is off-lane Ogre, everybody.
I love Ogre. What Ogre, I love this.
Ari into towards the mid, connects over on the torrent. DY looking for the follow-up stun, able to get in range to Sumail. In a little bit of trouble, comes onto the tower, but so Ori, he's having trouble getting through those 2 points up in Dragon Blood. DY will take the aggro of the tower away from him, and Ori just lines up a level 2 tiebreaker, bringing down Sumail.
Very nice. I wonder if he should suicide to the tower right now. Doesn't seem like he wants to. Kind of deny it a little bit instead.
Still some good CS.
It's a really big timing on this game too, because Sumail just lost. Okay, only. if you can gank around the time that the creep wave gets a tower, the loss is just that much bigger.
They're going to look towards crit in a second. Until, actually, no, Paparazzi has nowhere near a fight. Curry's got to go back and pick himself up some regen.
Gets spotted one thing. Because he already did.
Salvin. S4 is just not having a good one. Like, it's still 15 for 1. Like, the CS is nice.
Okay.
But,
Kind of. What's the 6?
okay, maybe now this will make it work. Nope. Deep line gets the stun.
Okay,
So,
his XP isn't the greatest, but he has the same net worth as me. So it's not that bad. And now he's gonna steal a bit of this pull. Stack, rather.
just, I felt like S4 was being zoned out a hell of a lot more than all the numbers really say he was. Especially with this tri-lane. Just move back up towards the top lane, down the board. He's waiting here for the 5-minute bounty rune. Fly's moving over for it too. Ogre doesn't really have enough mana to work with. No, I don't think Fly actually saw the Fade was there, but Arteezy will. He'll come back over and go, okay, we have a couple of extra heroes here. Wait, does Arteezy want to come down to it? No. We'll just end up trading on the other sides as S4, Fire strikes forward, finding DY down the tree lines, crit, throws out his own attack on 4 HP on DY. Oh, Caustic. Think again. Dire Observer will get D-Ward on Fate, thanks to freaking intuition, maybe. Realize the Observer was taken. Lauren Crit have a lot of fans chasing them. Starting session for EG. Towards mid. Ari, Marks, Torrent, Boat, Fade. Trying to look for it too. Body blocking mount. Samel realizes he can't go one way, so he'll head down towards Crit. That's a huge save. But Samel can just block this off. Salva. DY at least can cancel the last room. Actually, no, we can't. We can't even like cancel the remaining point.
That was a really good play from Smith. Movement there. It might look easy in like a small thing, but what he did there. It's no joke. Really, really good. Survived that. Magnus couldn't find the skewer angle. And even though Kuka gets on level 6 first, Sumail's fine.
We're trying to battle into Fly. The Astral Spear is going to wear off. He's trying to stomp and get something out of this, but it won't happen. Ori.
Here comes Roshan. Oh, almost got it. Aggroed him with the Tide Ring.
So 4 kills in 6 minutes. It's that slower kind of pace game that we were expecting both these teams to play.
The gaming game plan is very nicely. Troll and Kuka both great farm. Magnus having levels, oral and decent farm. He wants mana boost. Power.
Arteezy's not keeping up with the net. Up to Conqueror Troll either. That's the other thing. How quick will this wall flank out?
He's not very far behind, but still, it's something. This Yang being annoying.
The power of the Ogre.
Like that for. He has a Soul Ring in the career bottom. He wants to cast more stuns than this. But, yeah, Paparazzi. Papa comes first, and everybody else can get the.
Dust and S4 is just going to Burrow Strike away.
And now S4, like, it's falling further and further compared to Ogre. He's still the same gold, but now he's a level and a half behind.
Heroes in EG. I know this is first Dragon form and you want to do as much damage to the tier 1 tower as possible. Thanks to Dire Ops, they see a lot too.
They really want to. It's not just the Dragon form, it's the fact that they're playing against Mag, right? You gotta take some initiative. They're very much under pressure in this game.
Achieving some level of objective. Smells Dragon form. Does last a very long time. All they're finding is just illusion runes to mess with DY. But Ori and DY and Fade, all 3 having to tank it up in this mid lane. But there's now 4 heroes from EG. And I guess K's moved a little bit further back, farming underneath the Radiant debobs. Dragon Tail stun from Sumail to start this off. Fly Spirit, Dragon Tail stun, but Sumail just lost his Dragon form, so he won't get the range stun anymore.
Yeah, this is a really great spread of heroes. I think this is the perfect map spread that Vici have right now. They put Magnus mid from XP and
Good range act. Slows down S4 enough, gets him in range of the X-Mark Torrent boat. And S4, nothing to really work with apart from death. Ori will claim his life.
so basically the way Vici are playing the map right now, they're accomplishing everyone. Speed pop and being enormous. Big, and Magnus is getting levels in cool mid so that they can have higher levels of power, and then the Kunkka, because mid is taken by Mag, is freed up to go and make moves with X-Mark, and they just got a kill on the Sand King, so they get kills while farming while really textbook Magnus gameplay right now, and showing why Kunkka was an excellent last pick already.
So EG needs to try and make a play with it when they're under pressure, but how do you stop this type of tempo control? Maybe you can get something up on this top lane, but
I think it's just hard for their lineup right now. Dragon Knight is a good tower, but he doesn't have strong heroes to play with yet. Dark Will's level 4, Elder Titan's level 3. Sand King has a very bad time bottom level 5. The plays aren't really presenting themselves right now.
they're trying to actually contest with these runes. Crit, get rid of the Sentry Ward nice and quickly, but it's 5 seconds until the bounty's going to spawn. The Observer Ward saw Sumail come very early on, so they know just how much is here, but thanks to the X-Mark, Torrent, Chef, the combination hits so hard in towards Crit, the Barrow Strike from S4 gets the chain onto the Troll Warlord, but where's your big damage? It's going to come in from Fly, he's got plus 60, trying to pump it into Paparazzi with Whirling Axes, there's not much more to give. Dark Willow's still the first one and only one to die during this fight, and DY with a double stun keeps the rest of EG off EG's back. But underneath the tower, they realize he's alone. They will die for it, but DY, he'll just TP out the Adaptive Strike from Arteezy, will reach him in time. The follow-up's done, nothing DY can do.
They need to get this. So I think they will. Siege Creep and a Dragon Form. So, good move. Good from Arteezy to join up for this as well. I think that was necessary for this to be successful. If he doesn't join, then maybe they lose the fight on the after all this cast. And Sumail managed to snag the rune right in front of them as well, so they got the bounty. Mid defense, another really good aspect about this hero that we didn't talk about pre-game, also brings to the table, he's a really good tower defender. Putting that Sandstorm and playing behind the tower while you're defending, it's a really powerful ability to have.
They need him up on top. He's done the work in mid, but Sumail will head up top. Fortification on the creep wave, Paparazzi. Just wants something out of this tower, with Yang's movement up too. And Lion, they're bringing all the numbers up towards the top of PG. But this still creates more space for Arteezy. Got the last hit in the bottom tower. And he is going to go in for a Lincoln Sphere as his first item. No man to start shenanigans. A lot of trouble to trigger that later on. Good stats, good. Okay. You're a little uncertain about it as well? Like, Manta style makes me feel like he has more of a play.
I don't know, I'm thinking like, what is good here? Because Lincoln has its mirrors against a hero like Lion, right? Against the Kunkka X-Mark.
Yeah,
but
when they're all together.
It does nothing against our Kunkka, and just like what else? That's always what is, when you're looking at an item, you're like, well, what's better? Right? It's always what you should do. If you don't like the item, give a better suggestion, and no. Really better. You can rush a Scotty item or something tanky and damage, but that probably doesn't feel that good either.
He gets both Lincolns as well as Scotty. He becomes one of those immortals.
He gets really tanky.
Hero he can really kill, but Blade does sound good against the Troll Warlord, stopping him from...
Yeah. But you gotta use it after battle turns.
We're also talking about the Axe style build over on the board. Yeah. What happens when he starts becoming the rest of his team?
The Axe could have been interesting, first item even. It's a bit unusual, but if you get it at the right timing, playing with Sync, would have been and then you can try to take the team fight around with Dragon Knight.
Speaking of the SK, like we saw this in our last series, we're like, oh, SK, like, it's a blink tag. S4 completed it 13 minutes in. Obviously, he has had a lot better game than our previous SK that we saw, but still,
it's about the same.
This is, yeah, roughly about the same. It's about a minute later. But a Vici game, everyone's coming in quickly into the Shadow Realm. But hit by the Dark Willow, really difficult for Crit to keep himself around this one, and one more hit from Ori will do it. DY holding the defender, as you said, don't care about the buff. But Arteezy pushing into mid-town. Fortification will kick up, and it's your X-Mark. Flying, something to come out. Maybe Arteezy just turns into Ogre, and the stun will completely miss from DY.
That finger would have... I think he's dead.
They smoked up, but I don't know if that was in range, if that was visible. But here they come, Epicenter, S4 looking to put that Burrow Strike power right in top of Ori with the Spirit and the Stomp. What's Arteezy got? Samal's got the stun in with the EG stun. They actually hit everything into Ori, and they're going to bring down the raid boss. 35 seconds down, this allows them to move into the tier 1 tower. Evil Geniuses and give Fly actually the kill for 497 gold.
That's a good dagger reveal. I think he was hoping for more than one kill, but they got the biggest one and the tower. It's still very nice.
Radiant's middle tower has
Equalizing the game, more or less.
Tier 1 tower down. Feel a little bit more comfortable across the map. This gold advantage really has knocked up and down. The experience has got it's something a little bit more the way of VG gaming, because it feels like they're being a little bit more split up and independent across the field.
Dire
They've
are
got more
scanning.
Good amount of experience. They got Honor. They got 2 kills from the same game. If you don't give too many kills away after that, you have an in it.
Bounty!
3 runes again for Vici. I'm saying again. I feel like they got 3 the last time too. Or no, maybe
no,
that's the one. Neil got one.
Yeah, they battled on top of the runes for it.
Speaking of Sumail, he's closing in on a good Radiance time. Gotta be sub 20.
It's not bad when you have to go like Treads and Bracer and full wand.
It's a solid timing overall.
Arteezy wants to do something about Fade. Can't just let this guy continuously farm up, but he's already hit the 4 points up in Empower. But while he's doing this, he is staying a little bit further away, but I suppose Troll Warlord is almost like wait until the duration's about to run out. Fade TP is over, let me just rebuff you.
The Yang took cast range in.
Really good range.
Range is a really good stat. It's only 100. But
Oh, we saw like the Lion cast range in the
yeah, that was a lens. That's much. Oh yeah, and the talent.
yeah, he ends up getting both.
Yeah.
And if you don't have I suppose they do have some good ways to get into the back lines with S4. But you don't have the same delivery pop system with the lifesteal to kill off the ogre.
No, I'm not completely sure about this. I've had this thought as well. Talents are maybe he did.
Dire's top tower
math
is under attack.
They didn't really start kicking but
Radiant
Ogre's 90
structures are fortified.
pretty stable and good since he got upgraded from 60 to 90.
This is a nice smoke move. They might be able to catch out DY. Fly's already moving over. They see him running north. He's got a TP scroll, using it around the tree line, and they actually don't. Burrow strike back from S4. Will be able to connect and crit. Kill secures with the Shadow Realm damage.
Dire's middle tower.
But this opens up space. EG moved all the way up north to try this fight. And, I thought Ori was going to hang around a little bit longer and really push this tower. Very defensive about it. Wash is the name of the...
Yeah, EG have good reach. Playing against tanking with dagger, you have to be very careful. He will blink stun, they will follow up with it or an Elder Stomp to get into trouble.
Interesting to watch the warding game is set. Behind where the tier 1 tower used to be up on top, and then behind the tier 1 tower on bottom lane on the hillside. Anywhere VG Gaming could potentially be aggressively pushing around.
Think about that for a second. Warding defensively against Magnus, right?
Yeah. It's like you believe you're going to hit a better timing than the entire team with Magnus. Like Arteezy's got the courier over the secret shop right now. He's got the ultimate orb coming. And he's going to potentially just walk straight into it. He's got a X-Mark. He's going to time this perfectly, but no, X-Mark into torrent. It'll connect. When a chain stuns, Arteezy will fall. Won't lose any money, but he's dead for 43 seconds.
Like, you were talking about the possibility of going Manta. He is exposed for a while against Betsy. He looks at Arteezy and he's okay. He's not even going, man. Even better for me.
Dire's middle tower.
That's a core kill and a mid tower.
Yep.
The Magnus team once again and farming up.
They're not even looking to fight. Like, Chris still pushing out on bottom lane. So if VG wanted, with the tier 1 towers lost, all the top towers lost as well, Roshan becomes a big option.
Are scanning.
I think Samel wants to get rid of that observer in mid. You saw it. It's easy money to push him towards the Radiance. They smoke up behind it. So Samel gets rid of the ward, and now Radiance comes on the courier. But Roshan's not being done. So Fly will scout. There's nothing to see.
Yeah, I think you might want at least a medallion. And I imagine Ogre wants to go for a Solar Crest after fight. This game is not really a good card game, so no need to consider that item.
Radiant
Yeah,
VG also want to get the Black Dagger over on the Mags first, but you get BKB now done for Kunkka. It'll come on the courier. Fade's farming the Blink Dagger up on top lane. I feel like they can fight, they'll fight. They got 2 10-second beacons. You feel pretty good.
they are really. I think.
This is Roshan time. You're actually forced EG into it.
Fighting this lineup for each. Required. Yeah, beacon.
I feel like they can fight that fight.
Items for that yet.
They got 2 10-second beacons. You feel pretty good. Gonna miss the Tara from the Kunkka.
They are really. I think.
This is Roshan time. You're actually forced EG into it. I would actually want to start running his spirit around, doing some scouting, but he's hiding inside this Invis rune. EG Gaming will smoke up and they're going to rotate around the southern side. And EG are not holding that high ground position anywhere near the shrine. But X1, Torrent, they got somebody, they've got Samael. He feels like they can fight that fight. Good ET, still catching up for an 2 10-second beacons. With the ET splitter as well. He's going to miss the Torrent. Yeah, he's got a lot of life, but now Arteezy comes. This is Roshan time. So quickly Arteezy will die. The buyback comes in. Inside this Invis room. KB is gone. S4 Burrow throws himself forward, but thanks to the great ramble positioning from Chris, the double stuns are available. Paparazzi will go down to Mel with a triple kill, and Ori, the cursed crown is still going to connect. He might want to punch him down, but he's going to get hexed up. Vicious can only slap. That crit, he can hit a little bit harder, but even that Shadow Realm, not enough to connect it to come. DY runs up the hill, and the follow-up bar is strike. Great chaining abilities from Evil Jesus, chasing VG Gaming to their side of the river.
Ba't nag-quit yung isa tol? Hanggang pwede kong ganyan.
They're there to get this turnaround, and then it looks good for Vici. But then they buy the time to outlast the BKBs, like they actually kited them, and then S4 can re-engage, and that's when they start running them down with the Willow buybacks. Nicely done by VG in this fight, and that was going to be one of the harder fights in the game. VG kind of took it maybe a little too close to the tower, and a little bit too good of a defense, and they opened the Dragon Knight. But still, that fight was not really an easy. RP was not cast, and that is really credit to them.
You said that fight was going to be hard, but it was definitely essential. The net worth and the experience advantage was moving up so fast for VG Gaming, and VG want to get that back. They smoke up as 5, they'll run up through mid. And who have they got? They've got Crit. That's the only person to go on. But Arteezy getting bigger and bigger. Still farming up on the bottom lane.
Dire are scanning.
First finish that.
Established pretty good map control to try for road.
Scanned it though, and pinged.
Pinged in the end. So this isn't, you can interpret this in 2 ways. It was green for like 5 or 6 seconds, red right toward the end. They might just, oh, okay, they weren't doing road, but somebody just ran.
EG smoking out.
They are checking it.
ET Spirit will run through everyone at VG Gaming. They know the gig is up. Yep. But Arteezy won't join this. Like, you do still have the shrine available. There's an Observer and Sentry Ward pushing the TP in. But if Arteezy can... are here to come down and deal with it. It's going to be Ori. Oh wow, they actually found someone in mid. Magnus really caught out. Feared, and they need to actually kill him off before the RP can happen. They're able to do so. X marks the spot. This one's going to catch out flying. Remember, he's still pretty tanky. 1500 HP they'll have to get through, but they have enough. 1-for-1 trade-off, and Magnus does buy back.
Pretty tanky.
Obviously not compared to he's got like 26 armor on this troll wall.
That was not a fair fight, okay? That was not a fair fight. So 2 buybacks, Mag and Elder, and they were... So what I was going to say about Arteezy, he changed his item build.
He's going into the Axe now.
Or actually, rather he was thinking about 2 builds. I thought he was thinking about Manta so that he could remove the Vessel, and I thought that was what Blade was for.
Yeah.
Then he was hovering the E-Blade, but he's going into Axe instead, so he can turn into that.
He had both the Axe as well as the E-Blade queued up, but the Axe was definitely queued up second.
Yeah, Manta still, not a Morphling player here. I think the Axe is great. He's very susceptible to Vessel. Clearly a problem.
We'll have to get it a little bit later, but maybe he just understands what they need to win the team fights. Like, what's the timing you're really going to reach for EG? Cut off for 25-minute runes, so he's going to try the torrent. Crit comes a little closer, Bramble will give him the cover. Hilariously enough, everyone's up on top. There isn't a single person near the bottom bounty runes, and Crit's already making the TP down to get them. Not too shabby for the money, 90 gold for everybody, with every bounty picked up. That's 90 gold. You see up on top of that hill, the sentry ward's been right next to that observer for a while.
Dire's middle
It
tower
sees EG's
is under
movements
attack.
way too clearly. Always feels like when VG go for Roshan, they've got this slightly deeper observer ward.
Yeah.
Watching the movement come in. And that's not one you check unless you go up on the wall. We'll settle down for the moment. We'll put a foot across the river, just looking for any kind of vision that VG has set up. And Kanka's just trying to keep...
Bottom tower is under
I think
attack.
Arteezy's okay with this though. He still needs a little bit more farm time. 300 gold and he'll have the Aghanim Scepter. And he'll claim it from this bottom lane. As it now comes up the Korean. And EG still have one more smoke sitting on top of Fly. They've also got both Veil as well as Medallion done on S4. Gonna finish that into a Solar Crest.
Might be a way of trying to deal with the troll, that whoever he ulties, he can Solar Crest then, but also feels like a good 4-staff game. Lion Hex, we save people from RP by a little bit of time. It's definitely a good one.
Kind of need to push out this lane before they go for it.
Wait, what?
What?
S4 has a... When did that happen?
Why has he actually got sitting in the backpack?
Why does he hang on, let's watch the fight first.
Yeah, let's just move forward. Well, SK in a little bit of trouble with those stolen runes. He's trying to run himself away. S4, the follow-up Suns will be there. He has buyback available. Smells already burnt with BKB. And the same can be said for the rest of VG Gaming. The ship will be able to connect a little bit further north while Ogre dies in the lane. So Ogre is properly down, so it's a 5v4. They break the Lincoln Sphere on Morphling from a long range. But now as DY is a little bit too close. Fly trying to get the Spirit in front of him. I think Troll Warlord really wants to fight those status takes some extra damage. Now the stun comes through, but it will not connect on DY. He has the movement speed to back up.
Okay.
But yeah, do we have, okay, so back to what we were looking at. Right now, as you said, there's Arcane Brutes stolen inside the backpack.
Yeah, so somehow, I didn't notice this in the game, but there must have been a point when Fade was dropping mana boots for efficiency, and then S4 Blink stunned him and took the mana boots away from him. That's a 1500.
Do we actually have it, like, we missed it. Is there a replay on any of our perspectives to see that from production? I don't know if we have it.
The reason he's not destroying them is they increase the network Magnus, as far as I'm aware, for buyback cost.
Okay.
Something like this when he's holding onto them, because they're still in the game, I think.
So technically they still belong to the Magnus?
But when I looked at Magnus' network, it's 4K, which is the cost of his mana boots, dagger, and stick, so I don't know. I'm actually uncertain about this. This happens pretty rarely, after all. maybe we should
Radiant's
just...
bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, it's a good stomp, just delaying Roshan. Paparazzi gets back into it. S4 coming in close. The Spirit will come in once again, giving more information. DK, no blink dagger, but he'll get his feet wet with the torrent.
That choice for Ogre to go Vlad's over Solar Crest is helping kill Rosh a lot. It's free. It's not taking any damage while Roshing.
Yeah.
And making the engagement for EG a lot harder. If they didn't have Vlad, if he had Solar, I don't think they would be hitting the Roshing. You can try to bait them and just do what they can. Kind of game.
I just love it. It's double brambles. Because Arteezy's throwing one out. You've got Crit throwing out another one. It's this never-ending AoE area of stun. Like, how do you actually run that thicket? Yeah, he's got Shadow Realm too. Obviously. Marks the spot. Here comes Ori, running forward towards Sumail. He's still got that BKB available. Fade missing on the skewer. Sumail still very patiently didn't burn the BKB. Cricket's good bramble out. Is there a follow-up? They're just trying to get rid of the vision for the moment. EG not taking the fight and just defensive bramble after defensive bramble. We've been having this 5-5 standoff in mid.
Ogre's like, I go and create money. Experiment was successful, plus 480.
Hopefully he's going to wait for a minute. They're going for Roshan. Great torrent timing from Kunkka. Seeing Arteezy. We get a shot. He'll go for the defensive bramble once again. As the bounties traded up a little bit. This is so stupid in a lot of ways, but this is what they wanted, right? Great AoE control. It's never-ending smoke. Alright, time to go in again. Time to get hit by torrent. But Arteezy can keep going for this. He still does some quite significant damage. And the ET Storm tries to create a load of extra space, a little bit too far off though.
That Shadow Realm. Disgusting.
He knows he can get out of jail free, right?
No, he has the Ags, right? He's getting all the Shadow Realm attacks with the Aghanim. Basically means you're gonna see it there.
Yep.
He only got one attack off, so he didn't. He did it before on Roche. So that might be his primary target. We weren't really thinking about this, we were thinking about the Sand King, which is the obvious choice, I suppose. Just getting the second Burrow Strike is pretty impactful, but also turning into Dark Willow and firing Shadow Realm is pretty interesting. So yeah, that's strong. But it's not very strong against BKB, and it's not very strong if you get RP, so it still has to play carefully.
Gonna head back down to the bottom lane to farm up. Arteezy needs the monies. And VG Gaming, they've been sitting as 5 for so long. We should just see this flat line almost in the experience graph. Alright, Paparazzi goes back in. Oh no, there's a Spirit.
They're outfarming because Ogre's minus. That's kind of funny. There's just nobody's getting any farm, so Ogre just minuses 500 gold every 2 minutes.
Good turn over on Crit. He's starting to return to the fight. As we leave Roshan back where we started him. This has been a 5-minute Roshan attempt from both sides. There you go. Now, looking at farm, they have 120 gold per minute. It's level 15. VG Gaming, I think they've had enough of this. They're smoking up, they're roaming around. Both teams have scan available, but they're trying to get around the back of Evil Geniuses. And there's the Radiant scan. They're looking towards Roshan. Where does the Dire scan? Do they feel it? They're looking further to the north. Yeah, they know something's not right. And Fly walks in, raises smoke already over on Ori. They got Anthony to come up. He's just gonna die. Instantly dead on Crit. Paparazzi, the damage output from Morphling. He's just thrown out so much. The RP will connect onto Sumail. D1 to the follow-up chain. Actually, no, he's just waiting it out. Sumail will now BKB and look to walk away while the hits on Yang. He couldn't get away from the Curse Crown while S4 fire strike over towards Ori. They still want to get the cause. Yang's doing his own run out, and finally he will go down to Fly, who actually ball back to get this one, but it's a triple kill for Arteezy. He's the bigger man, but S4, he may get the biggest one of all. Paparazzi up in the air, still has BKB available, will actually dodge the Burrow Strike from Arteezy and walk it all off. All this began because of Roshan. With so many heroes dead from VG, it looks like EG Felix thing just going for Roshan.
Entire fight trying to kill the Dragon Knight. They had like the most sick stun chain, perfect spell casting, like one at a time, not a single opportunity for Sumail to get BKB on him. He tanked everything. 3,000 health, the magic resistance from the Bracer, the armor from the Cuirass, all of that came into play, so he survived with 200 health. And Arteezy killing the troll is the deciding factor of that fight, 100%. Paparazzi was not ready for it at first, way too quickly. And suddenly, we have a huge swing. Well, what do you know?
Yep. We're heading to the south on the gold and the experience graph.
And EG have done a really good job not getting on. Like, there hasn't been a single really good RP fade. Arguably, he's also 1,500 gold down from losing a pair of mana boots, which is, you know, big. But still.
Did we ever find out how he lost those? I don't think we ever came back to it. We just know it's in MK's backpack, but I don't know if Productions managed to track down that one moment. Another way, great fight for Evil. Linus is pushing ahead by just over 4,000. Okay. They're pushing in now on bottom lane, so Arteezy looking so good with the E-Blade pop. And what does Vici Gaming look for themselves? Like, your fight just hasn't paid off. You still then try and slow things up. You go back to the Magnus star play of the game. Or is EG in too much of a commanding position that you have to be the instigators?
It's kind of dangerous, right? The Aegis on War, what just happened to the troll, and the fact that troll doesn't buy back. Kind of. You're demanding a bit of respect right now. You gotta be really careful with time round attempt. It's scary though.
Especially when Arteezy's coming in with an Aegis Immortal. He's very happy to front line in the middle of his own bramble, knowing there's a secondary one to get him out. Love how Arteezy's sitting on the like just on the edge of the range of the time effect too. Yeah, everything fine. House isn't burning.
Nice.
There's already a couple of notes going the way of OS Rock today. And you know that IO? He works really well. Hey, Wind Ranger! Yeah, it works even better. So quickly dead, 45 seconds on the sideline at EG. They'll look to push up now.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They've got Dragon Form, almost full duration, another Bramble onto Yang. The buyback comes in from the Magnus.
Man, it's gonna be so annoying to play into all these Brambles. I'm just trying to imagine how it is to play in this game right now. It's gonna be so annoying.
Hey, if there's one thing I know you can do during this, work out what it's like to be on the receiving end.
Okay.
That's like every single example you've given today when you've done your analytics. I know what it's like to be on the other end of a Morphling. Yeah. Or on the other end of a Sand King.
It's rough. It's just like you need to keep calm, you know, in these games for a very long time. They already had this like marathon around.
They actually got the stun out as well before he's able to get the BKB. The E-Blade will connect, but Ori will burn that BKB down to 7 seconds on that. What big abilities did you really use? DK's now got a full heart available. Arteezy's still got this Aegis Immortal for a while.
Double damage.
Anybody want a Bramble?
Let's go on. Get him while they're hot.
He can push the tower from below. As long as they vision on the enemy high ground. See, when this creep wave gets into base, he's going to Shadow Realm, and then he's going to...
Boom, 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 boom. Torrent will at least slow him down.
They're biding their time, but they can't keep doing this forever. How long is left? 1 minute. Okay, maybe the play here is waiting exactly until Aegis is about to expire, and then trying
Easy again.
let them have that opportunity.
Looking for a big hit. They'll trigger the Lincoln Sphere. Samael.
4.4k health.
Yep.
40 armor.
He actually got hit by the Tidebringer. He didn't change his color.
Okay, are you two going to back up now that Aegis is running?
Yeah, I think so. They're reaching that point. They're giving a lot of respect to Vici Gaming. Like, but then again, Vici's doing the same type of thing. Like, they're always keeping 5 heroes. It's not like a random hero moving off to the side until now. We're gonna need something to Midas. That's why he's coming up. Yep. She needs multiple things to Midas, so he'll try the creep wave.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
No
attack.
multicast?
No multicast. He got one.
Boo!
Arteezy's going in again. The tier 3 tower. It's just the Shimano cannon from the back line on rapid fire.
Imagine how Loda were reacted at this point.
Not impressed. Butterfly is now done for the Troll Warlord, so he's putting his money into something. Ogre's getting a little stronger too, plus 40 strength. Because Ogre now needs 3.33 K.
Yep.
Invisibility.
Bloodlust attack. Like, he's a core ogre, so strength is really valuable. I don't know if tankiness is what's going to win them the fight, more so than the ability to bring down one key target fast enough on the end. Like, if ogre's getting focused on this, I think EG will only do that if they're like really good position fight already, right?
Unless he just like Troll's got enough attack speed, Kunker's a one hit.
Yeah.
And everything should die.
It all adds up though. It all adds up.
You actually like Ori as well, not going for like the full-on crit, the big tiebreaker hit. He's going in for Assault Cuirass now.
You mean two deadlift?
Nakatandem ako sa E3.
Tankiness as well. His armor is really low on his 0, you see? He's got 16 currently. It's very low at this point in the game. Be a lot more sustainable by the opponents now.
Dire's bottom
Farm
tower.
buyback. Did the math a little bit wrong, it looks like. But
Dire's
we get the tower and now something. Oh, he's just gonna buy it.
Radiant's top
No buyback.
tower is under attack.
Mitted.
Still hits them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The game still feels like it's hanging in the balance. Like, EG are clearly in a very good position, but they have yet to take a tier 3 tower and they didn't get to use their Aegis. So
I think they understand
any
too,
good move-
like Fade hits an RP in this whole game. Rounds and while Ori gets caught out, the game could change too. He'll BKB and run away.
Great Yule. Crits the X mark. Forces him to be walking back. And yeah, Kunker can't afford to buy back. He dies, it's a... So yeah, EG are just gonna control this area. Wait. Magus, I guess. And now the third.
Alin ka ba doon?
But since Mag has had no item progression for 20 minutes, he is no bigger threat than he was before. Imagine if Yang had a BKB right now, what the game would be like. He'd be able to BKB Blackguard with 0 counters, be able to ignore the Bramble Mazes. But for now, he's way more limited in gameplay.
Here comes EG. 5-man's round.
Sumail wants to get caught.
No one's got scan, and yeah, Sumail is definitely baiting. Cree went off to the side, so Vici no. And so does EG. EG's waiting on the hill, playing with Skewer. Can they actually... Alright, comes in with a BKB protected. Sumail will go down, he doesn't have buyback available, and now your RP connects. Firestrike will come through. And then Magnus, he does fall down. Arteezy doesn't have enough while everyone's sitting there stunned by fight. He created so much more space, but ends at least SK up and so Ori be able to finish him off, but Arteezy is not done just yet. Back into the Dark Willow, so he can turn around and get the E-Blade pop into DY. They're taking away as much of his mana as possible. Bucks can fire their own to the northern side of the lane. The Blink Bar. Stunned up, still Arteezy. Doesn't have a lot of mana to work with for another stun, but net Ori still on. Yeah, he can't do much, especially when Crit just had the medal sitting right on top of this crown. For the 5-man coming in, GTS is going to be more damage, but huge switch from the side. He'll end up falling just as quickly, but not too. He just stands his ground, does the damage, and now it's Fiji aiming with the numbers. Arteezy, the immortal, will come back. Maybe he's got enough luck. Change your to how many people you want to, but can he actually survive? He's flying time, but it won't be enough. Because he done that.
That's a lot of buybacks.
Whoever killed Roy properly, EG will have to buy back to stop. So EG's first looking at it.
Sumail, time deliberately tanking couldn't die because you were so far away. Vici knew exactly where his whole team was. They isolated him without using RP, so they have to follow up on the incoming team fight. So Mail did not have buyback. Buyback there, that fight not nearly the way it just did, but okay, what did they force? They forced buyback out of more Titan.
Yeah, you got
and Sanking and Willow. So 4 buybacks from EG.
and you got from Uber as well as Kunkka. Yeah, Magnus had his own buy cooldown in 10 seconds time.
Mark bay.
And Roche has stopped thanks to the off link. It's easy. He had choice. That's true. Yeah. But it
EG troll. 15 seconds.
going for Spirit right now.
It's nice pass.
It'll go for Gang and Roshan down 4k HP. They're moving in. Mail. There's your stomp. Paparazzi moves down. Comes again. Battling Sean just on the edge. Here comes your Terrorize. He won't be back. PKB of the AXC more. They grab a little off the man. The PKB can stop it. They're dead. It's Ori. You can even pop, but there's still enough magic adaptation. He'll beat B. So open him up with the physical attack spot. Back the hill. Multiple waveform. He's brought down. The great double bar of truck, however. Then a black cross space off the SK. Having more. Right to blow. Line to. But blind. On D-Way. And maybe have enough through Paparazzi. Up the range. Take the target. It's a cursed crown. Buys just enough space. Paparazzi at the moment while Ati will waveform himself out. The buyback comes in from the Magnus and EG in forward.
Kan. Kita naman eh. Meduplan.
It's getting 10. It's getting land.
They're so.
Low tip nga. Iwan. Hindi ko alam. Baka nito na yan. Baka ikotin natin dito.
Asa naman nato mga chika babes dira pa ni?
Kunkka didn't end up using the cheat in this fight.
Hey,
Troll didn't use the
babes na to.
advantage for heading into the fight. As we're gonna see a little bit of a bullet pattern.
It's poking and prodding. Let's have a quick look at this. So
first,
Roshan.
Paparazzi uses BKB to ensure that he doesn't get killed off by the or get stopped by the
Napa akong motor dito?
ulti. Ori takes way too much damage on his opening going in. Now Troll
Ilara ko dung.
over the cheese.
Paano ni mo na bala na ako diri?
He gets now.
Siyempre ako motor.
No, he doesn't use the cheese. So EG this entire fight, they blow up the Sanking as they're chasing up here. And the RP skewer, if Kunkka is alive here, if he gets that cheese off earlier, they probably win the game. Not just the fight, they might even win one game.
Lag naman.
Health is escaping on very low health is so hard. He's in the backline, gets killed. Just counting them around. Hello, and you know, just super close for both teams.
It's actually EG. Like earlier today, you saw them hang around. There's that like with the fight. I think there was a fight on top, on the other side, top rune, and they took the fight. They chased it down a little bit too far, and then they just lost in the game. Completely escalated after the point. But this round, like EG, you got the fight. Let's back up. Let's set. We still feel pretty good about this game.
And they seem to limits just better yesterday, where they had just it's a clear overextension, both individually and as a team, not playing the map as well with high grounds and everything. And now in this game, there's only one glaring mistake that you should point at of that type that I can really remember, and that was submitting and fake and actually getting screwed. Yeah, 1,000 rage and getting killed. But it was deliberate.
Dire's middle
The team
tower
has
has
just
fallen.
one time that they probably didn't consider the ability of him getting skewered all that way. They've been very good
Replay na ba eh?
so far. Actually, maybe there's been one.
As long as you do it as a team. As the IT crowd, do it as a team. We're all
Massive improvement. That's the big thing. They that one day will be more.
Ano pika kung tingnan mo?
the EG down, right? Like we have to go the lower so we can learn a hell of a lot more, and then we can just keep moving.
If they play like this in the game, I think they will be
Kung kayo mo ba?
this level. Pretty high
Lag
hopes.
naman.
That's just back in front. Are you ready? We're definitely not ready for Roshan. He's took another 4 minutes before he can spawn up in the Aegis Immortal. Cheese is good in play. blink up. At least DY can steal that. He's the most expendable person you could send.
There's a big item pickup, by the way, the blink dagger on Sumail. We've got to pay attention to this. He was building Deadless, but he went back for a dagger. I think he really wants to jump and kill this lion. That's what Arteezy would want in the fight. Morphling, or if he can catch the Magnus. Dude, Mac is still... It's actually crazy.
It's been rough. It's been rough. But it's also just been this massive team fight. If you actually look at the KDAs, the amount of assists that go through EG, like without obviously the 8 on the Morphling is 12, 12, 16, 17, and then you're getting a little bit more spread out for VG Gaming. Everyone just has to fight together. But this is the first time we've really seen VG in a while move across the river. But it's definitely happening because we're playing this almost like do-si-do kind of style.
It's
move across the map.
Pages and cheats.
Yeah, they want to try and push in, but then the side lane pushes out as well.
Confidence. Huge advantage to get more
Dire's middle
confident.
tower is under
There
attack.
goes the Aegis, though. They didn't get to use it at all.
Huge advantage gone.
One of them.
Sumail's finished the MKB. Still has enough money for buyback. He's rapidly approaching the consumer moonshot. Plus 6%, no fleet.
And Tybring a talent. And 700.
It's that moment you actually wish he had something else apart from just the Daedalus.
He'll get there. Crits. Oh, wow.
Oh, as he blinks over DY. Well, he got the bounty rune. Loses his life, but he got the bounty rune.
He didn't blink, force, or Shadow Realm, right? He just ran over behind. I would have thought, okay, if you want to go for a risky play and get the rune, don't you like use all of your mobility first to try to create space to where you think the enemy... That was very
Makes sense.
uncharacteristic.
Unless he thought they were going to over jump him.
I mean, if he would have used Shadow Realm, the TP, he also would have died, because Lion has a ground stun, right? But if he would have been forced, maybe they would have found the trees or something.
These creep numbers. I got 23,000 from creep, 19,000 from creep. So we've got a long time left on this game. The Cinder and Zed, we may be the first one in, but we're going to be the last one out of this last series today. Oh, man, that's a lot of damage. Hit by the Veil, an adaptive strike, and goes down by just a little over 1/3 of his life. And he's got 3,000.
Yep. It's at this point you wonder if Troll needs an item, a Heart or a Scotty to get the inside out extra health. The Abyssal is also going to help. Of course, it gives health too. He has a pretty health-oriented build already. I just don't know if he's just going to have to deal with this.
Does he, like, is it worthwhile actually switching out like the SMY to get a heart? He's already got a Satanic. It's...
Yeah, he has so much status resistance with these combined, I think he really wants to keep. He might have his final item build. If there's anything. It's nice for him though that he doesn't need boots because he has Santinyasha and Bloodlust. That is a huge advantage.
Arteezy with waveform charges. Nice and easy. That's his level 25 talent, so no 3 times multi-shot coming in from this Morphling. Not that he really needs it, he turns into
Is he even playing Morphling?
Does Morphling ever really play Morphling? Yeah. Morphling is a very fluid concept.
Yeah.
Now got a Shadow Blade up and running.
Yay!
He can potentially get a better initiation for his team. Do keep your eyes on, well, actually, no one's walking around with the gem for EG. The gem is in the hands of DY right now.
It was that or BKB. It's one of these two items. Shadow Blade, more element of surprise, can maybe guard. BKB can get a reliable arm.
Form in, waveform down, clean up the wave. I still love that S-Force holding onto this Arcane Prince. He's never letting his prize of war go. And EG will smoke up just in case there's any kind of information that'll have a target. Yang is not that target. Comes S4 out. They walk underneath that fresh observer. That's 3 times Vici Gaming have put the ward up there. 2 of them have gone through full duration.
Hello?
They're gonna really cross the river.
No
one's pushing the waves out. Who have they got? DY. He's the closest. He's the gem. S4 needs a Burrow Strike blink. Blink Sandstorms instead as DY blinks away to safety. But push the wave mid. Get it back out again. Vici
Yeah,
Gaming,
tapi
they
tak
turn
pernah
around
terlalu.
and it's their time to get aggressive.
They haven't left the sentry ward behind. Meg could maybe find a really big RP here.
There's an
Now there
option
is
sentry
one.
now. So they'll see Fade once he moves around. Actually, yeah, around the tree line.
Shadowblade expired, so he didn't chase up. That might have been a blessing there.
So they're gonna take the shrine at least. Vici Gaming, no regeneration from that. Paparazzi walking under the option sentry with the
Alak ka!
Into the backline, and gets on it very quickly with the finger of death. They'll find him out easy. Was his own target, but he didn't kill up DY. It wasn't enough damage. He BKB, turns back over, puts down the Bedlam, and they just keep going ham over on Paparazzi. Yang trapped inside the bramble. Samael, the torrent, as well as the ship. It's all going to connect over on him. He's holding that BKB back with S4 with the double barrel strike.
Nice.
Yang, they just can't attack. You look at the rolling axe, making it a little bit more difficult for Arteezy, but the
Nausan.
RP is buying more and more time. They're holding EG in position. Yang wants to walk away. Arteezy will finally finish him off, battling from the left-hand side of this fight, but Samael is still the big prize.
Nice.
They're trying to bring down the Knight. He's the Knight. You can't do that. Or maybe you can if there's enough of a follow-up and a multicast. No, Samael will still keep walking. Turns for his own son. Over on Yang, actually gets stunned up by it as well. Pulled back in. Samael, he's finally going to go down. He'll have buyback available. The evidence doesn't work, so Yang will also fall. Where is the extra follow-up? It's over towards Fly. DY gets his own stun in. Paparazzi swings the axes. Needs to hit onto Elder Titan. Ghost Center will protect him for the moment. The Shockwave unable to connect, but the X marks spot and torrent, bringing back the Elder Titan. Everyone will begin their reset once more. And Roshan is up. He has Refresher Shard available, and just in case, Fly's buying back. But he won't use his TP. 3 buybacks from EG across the board, 2 from VG. But it's the amount of cores that had to buy back in that fight.
Yeah, but the dieback is on VG's side, so this is a 5-on-4 situation for EG, and they're going to use this to try to go Roshan. This is possible for VG. Actually, it's not. They don't. I don't know if they can do it.
I think they may actually just be baiting the fight too. Like they're sitting inside the pit.
They're going to scout it with Torrent soon enough, imagine.
You just need that DD rune to spawn in 30 seconds time, but maybe that'll be too long. Double Torrent connects. A little cautious about it. They're wasting a lot of time, but they're smoking. It feels like they want VG to come out to fight them, and then they can get the jump. Smoke will break over on the Morphling. He'll bramble up on the hill. Doesn't connect on anybody though.
They're buying time.
Mali per minuto niyo, feeder kayo, sport.
All here. Keep buying time.
They're coming in. They're coming in. Samel's gonna be the first one. Ori's just used the X-Mark spot to look around behind him.
Nice.
They want to get the blink fire. They've got it as well. Over on Ori, can they actually get him before the BKB can come up? The sleep just lasts forever, and he's feared. Oh, it won't matter. He's down. Buyback is available. He did burn the BKB. Still has cheese available for the next fight, but Arteezy now starts on Roshan. They get the buyback out from the Kunkka, and here comes Fade. RP in 3, 2, 1, and blink stun. He's under the observer.
Bang!
They'll get the follow-up barrier strike and instantly nuke down the Magnus. Another buyback has to be expended by VG.
Anyone got a buyback left? Yeah, okay. Lion and Willow. Okay, let's go.
Hey, if you got him, use him. Roshan, 3K. They're waiting for the jump time. DY's got Blink Dagger ready to go. He's looking to come through. He'll actually head into Roshan, triggering off the block. And that is Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shot all being picked up.
Perfect song.
This is my team.
He slept 2 cores. Secured the Rosh 100% for them.
Na! Ay, kayo laton. Nag-farm pa?
Morphling's got the Aegis model. Refresher Shards onto the Sand King, and Cheese is on the Dark Willow.
Now it's EG. He was big.
Dark Willow's got more protection with an A on this.
When there are no buybacks in the game, Aegis and Cheese is extremely valuable. They're already extremely valuable.
Gilive na ako na sa akong YouTube.
Having the go in as a core is winning. That's what Arteezy can do. He can start a fight now. He can jump in, use all his spells, get stop in his linkage, second life BKB, and it creates a ton of space in the fight for his team. Vici will probably playing very defensively now, and hope that they can outlast the
estimate na nila ni ba?
Yeah.
Buyback
taking this fight now feels really, really good.
You just have to play around like that big high ground against the big RPs. Something that EG will actually feel threatened by. Don't get caught out by it. EG, they also just put Morphling on the front lines. That's the best thing to do. Whatever Lincoln's going to protect him though. Looking for the damage runes, and all you find is a haste rune up on top, but Samael does find the arcane. That's pretty good for his Elder Dragon form. G is moving forward now. The sound effect's really cool.
Yeah.
Waiting to actually see some of these, like, oh, I suppose you've still got the gem over on DY, but having a backup sentry or something down. DY is going to stand on the front lines because of this.
Kayak
Right on the edge of the
ni
ramp. It's like they want to try and get the Leah jump.
Sakit ang kayo.
It's giving Morphling a little bit of extra.
Pag-isa na lang kapak ba?
It's back in. X marks. Couldn't get the full hit out. Smail already triggering the Dragon Ball. Looking for a jump. DY waiting in the tree lines under the cover of the Glimmer Cape. Gets the first on over on Arteezy with a follow-up torrent. Blinks away quickly before the second Bramble Maze is able to connect on him.
Smoke ni.
The siege begins.
Well, it began 20 minutes ago.
It did on exactly this lane. The melee racks. Arteezy, the torrent slows
Okay.
it down. Yang looking for the multicast stuns. Can't get it absolutely perfectly. Walks down the ramp for half a second. That makes you nervous. But they can't keep their creep wave alive long enough Vici, to do
Ayaw
this.
na,
Dragon
59
Bomb
minutes
is
na
running
gano'n.
out too. They didn't really get anything.
But remember, it has the arcane rune on it. Actually, did he trigger before the arcane rune?
He used it after Arcane, you're right.
Yeah.
He's got it ready.
So it's not that much downtime, like 20 seconds or
Kasi
so.
damage eh.
The top lane still pushing in for VG Gaming, so someone may have to go back to deal with that. Arteezy does not have a TP.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
He'd be the
attack.
best one just because he can BT back to the
They
lane.
actually have to give up. The Aegis is running out. 1 minute and a half. Who's the refresh? Sinking.
Yeah, SK.
It's double stun. No BKB though.
Technically double epicenter if he can, if he's got enough.
Yung
I mean,
ano
yeah, if
kayo?
he gets an epi and the blink burrow opening, pressures and burrow strikes out, he can technically epicenter again. But
I'll use the sandstorm to get in and out.
That's-
He's just got to
that's
avoid the
very
jet.
rare.
If you picked any of these guys at fantasy points, I'm telling you right now, it's looking very, very juicy. 31 points for DY.
Oh, patay lang niyo.
I tell you right now, I've got those top 4 of my fantasy team.
Ayaw na tayo. Sige.
Yang down with a finger. That's Arteezy. Almost has the Aegis. He wanted breaking so low, but then he just switches back to his normal self. And with the terrorize, maybe he's got enough control. The RP. He'll connect from Fade. The follow-up is there. Paparazzi cleaving through them. He's got him down. He's almost killed Arteezy, but it's still not enough. He's walking away with 1 HP and turns around to hit back into Yang. Conqueror's already down. Yang's BKB will wear off in just a second. And DY draining out S4. He was in way too deep, but he got a triple burrow strike. And now here comes EG with the E-Blade pop. They'll get through DY. Remember, the Rax needs to die. This is the first Rax. It's taken 61 minutes to bring it down. Arteezy back to the world of living. Thanks to the Aegis, the Immortal. And Samael, he wants to jump in for a little bit deeper. Another stun. The Bramble making it difficult, but Paparazzi will play this game from range. But with the double burrow strike, once again S4. Hitting the perfect stuns. Euros down without buyback. Finally, VG Gaming will call the GG. EG to take game 1. They had to prove they could topple the big giant VG Gaming. Earlier, South America claimed it. Now it's North-ish America that will do it now.
Oh, what a great game. That was a really, really good game. Well played by... as it often is with these super